Oh, did I turn the difficulty on easy? I might have. I did. Okay, rabbits will not spawn on meadows where structures are built. Yep, figured as much. But yeah, so the unfortunate part, as usual, is, let's see. We're not going to, let's go back out to menu. I might as well play this on normal difficulty, seeing as we're here. But no, playing just whatever I want has kind of unfortunate consequences. Wait, new game? Oh, okay, we're good. Let's see. Okay, selected Island 2, and we're back on normal. And I want to start a new game, because I'm not doing anything here. Yeah, didn't mean to sound condescending about it, just meant it doesn't do well on YouTube. Don't force it, but always have fun. No, that's very true. It's just like, what game did I really enjoy? Oh, freaking Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the perfect example of this. I love Spider-Man. It's a really fun game. And YouTube honestly couldn't care about it in the slightest. Same thing with like They Are Billions and a couple other games. And it's always like kind of tough being in those situations, being like, I would very much like to play more of this game, but YouTube doesn't want me to, so I guess it's time to move on. That's not like that big of a deal. But it will always consistently, like, haunt me just a little bit. I'm just like, man, I'd love to play that game, but nope, I don't have time. You'll notice I tend to play a little bit more of whatever I want when... What is this? Oh, Stone Shrine, probably. Yeah, so that lets us get stone walls. Oh, hey. Okay, so lets us build wall tier 3, tower tier 3, and town center tier 4. And higher. I don't know if it goes even further. Yeah, Octopath and Dragon Quest did poorly on YouTube, but Wander seemed to like them. I think Dragon Quest actually did pretty well. We're slowly in the process of going back to finish some of those. And honestly, as this year goes on, and especially now that I have some more, like, comfortable chairs, very specifically this chair right now that I'm sitting in, like, if I feel up for it and I don't have anything else to do, I might straight up just start recording Dragon Quest again. I already passed a chest. Alright, well, let's go back and I'll change the camera angle, see if I can spot it on the way back. But, no, I might actually just start recording Dragon Quest again. And then once my PC setup is proper so that Shell and I can both record together, we're gonna finish Lost Sphere first, because we're actually closer to the end of that game. Let's see, do we have any more? Nope. Because, like, at this point, especially for JRPGs, I think I'm giving up on generally playing every single one, which I kind of just did because reasons. I don't know if there's a maximum amount you can carry, coins-wise. That's kind of a nice change of pace. Always hated that in Kingdom. Thank you, Trader Man. Fortunately, I have to wait for him to pay more. Let's see. Actually, we can go fill up the Stone Shrine a bit early. Might be a bit of kick in the income, but... No, the way... Yeah, no, we should wait on that one.
Enemy spotted!
Let's see. Oh, what's upgrading up to T3 do?
Enemy spotted!
Okay, so that just gets us Workshop of Sickles.
Enemy down! Go, go, go!
Let's see. Do we have anything else?
Attack!
No, not really. But yeah, I'd like to finish more JRPGs. I find they have kind of the most interesting stories.
Enemy down!
Not always, but still. Perhaps how many enemies were attacking me? I guess not too many.
Out!
Oh. That's a vagrant within my walls. I didn't actually realize we had unemployed people hanging out. But that's okay. Alright, let's see who I can recruit. Because I think I more or less just need a boatload of archers here. That's a almost immediate free farm that I can grab. Yeah, let's get a dude on that. There we go. I don't want to go any further than this. Yeah, hopefully the builder... Oh, the builders don't run. That makes sense. Ish. But no, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those where it's like if I can actually have like a really comfortable setup, it'll be a lot easier for me to play stuff like JRPGs or even games like this for extended periods of time. My main problem with a lot of games is for the past honestly 5 years I've been doing all of my recording from a computer chair. Now, even in the Poang that I'm currently sitting in, like it is by and far the most comfortable chair I've sat on comparatively. And part of it is also like my parents have really crappy furniture. I love my mom and dad, but they never buy anything new. While they were here, they were low key kind of suggesting that Shell and I get like a used couch from effectively Goodwill. Which, like, no. Like, I'm not that po. Oh, I didn't check for chests on that other side. I want to get more archers, though. Because we need to obviously get a bit of an income there. Let's see, don't you need sickles for the farms? Yep. So we'll work on that a bit. But, you know, the couch at my parents' house is older than me, and I'm allergic to it because it's never been, like, really cleaned. And so it's been just picking up pollen forever. Let's see, if we've got a builder here, I might as well start building the tower. I don't know if I'm going to extend too much further past this. This looks like 3D Kingdom. Kind of because it is. It is shamelessly 3D Kingdom. And I feel like this game could actually really... It's got a really good base for being more than 3D Kingdom, but they're going to need to really diversify somehow. I would say branching upgrades and like different paths and like things that you can pick. Because Kingdom is very staunchly like one button gameplay for the most part. And I feel like with a game like this, with the way it's like currently set up, you could actually, I could actually just keep extending out this direction. I'm not really sure if I want to. It would give me a lot of extra farms though. But you know, if I actually could put down towers wherever I wanted, if I could actually upgrade walls to say have spikes on them, so they're extra dangerous. If you can get, if you can have like crossbowmen, put more of your people on walls, but you know, not make them particularly mobile. What other things could you do? I don't know. There we go. Let's make sure we send them off before it's too late. And while we're here, let's upgrade this. Because that automatically upgrades the walls and also gets us the potential for farmers, which is good. Because we already have some built-in farmland ready and raring to go. Yeah, this one got the cancellation mechanic. Not only did it get the cancellation mechanic, you can also break stuff. You can destroy something if it offends you somehow. If you don't want it, which like for me, that's really cool. None of the Kingdom games have ever let you do that. The only things that you can break aren't yours. You're kind of an asshole king. You're like, hey, subjects, camp out at this camp. Better cut down the trees. So you almost really think you could rebuild those. You know, just sink a bunch of money in. Yeah, actually, I did notice that there was like a lock symbol when I walked past one of these. There might be a tech that you can actually do with the homeless camps. Yeah, there might be. Oh wait, no. This is the merchant's camp. Oh, here we go. Merchant's camp where the trader carries out his trades. Unlocks. Current coins profited from trade will be increased from 5 to 7. But we've got to get town center up to tier 5. Cool. I mean, still kind of thin, but there's things that you could do. Actually, you know one wild thing? This game is currently built just on a giant line, obviously. But I could absolutely see, I could absolutely see this game, adding more than one axis. Because currently it's got two axes, you know, left and right effectively. What if they added like 4? Suddenly it's just split. Let's see, was that a chest to the right of the last wall? Maybe?
Go!
So it was. I should go cut some trees down. I should actually probably build the farm. Recruit another hobro. There's more hobros? No. Those aren't hobros. We've still got an axeman. I've got to remember my basic kingdom logic of you got to cut down trees to spawn bunnies. And I haven't been doing that around here. Also, it looks like my hunters range out so much farther than previously. So unless you really want to get those deer, the deer mount, it really does actually seem like your best interest is to just cut down every tree forever as long as it doesn't wreck the hobo camps. I'm just probably gonna cut down most of this. I can't cut down all of it though. While we're here, I do have some homeless folks just kind of hanging out. Yeah, good question. What wrecks the hobo camps? Usually it's cutting the trees down around them. That's how it's worked in the past, and that's how I'm assuming it works in this game. So what is this game called again? It's called The Wild Age. It's, it comes out March 7th. For those of you that are interested in picking it up. I mean, honestly, it's more of the same if you've ever played Kingdom before. But if you haven't, I'd almost say this is actually the easier, the more accessible version. But also lower quality-ish. I mean, it's not, like, considerably lower. But does also kind of depend on what you define. Because so far I have yet to really see much of an original piece of game design here. It's not bad as far as iterations go. But it is very much just, hey, we like Kingdom. Let's make Kingdom. And so they did. Let's see. Do we want to... Let's get one more farmer, because I should have a handful already. And then probably 2 bowmen. Because I got a lot of hobros just hanging out in my base. And then we're probably going to want to work on getting that stone. Yeah, we should get the stone shrine up so I can get the better farm. Though honestly, considering this setup, I don't know if it actually matters that much. The other question I have is, I'm out of money. It looks like this guy will work at nighttime. It would be nice if the woodsmen and the builders had a little bit more survival sense. But I don't know. How much can you copy something before you get into trouble? Technically, you can actually copy game design mechanics, or like game mechanics, almost completely wholesale. There's very little that you can copyright in terms of like how a game performs. You know, how players play a game. You really can't copyright that. What you can copyright is like story stuff. So for example, story stuff and like, you know, names and whatnot. So for example, it'd be pretty hard for me to say make my own game with a oh, this guy's done for.
Enemy spotted.
Or not.
Attack! Enemy down.
I guess he's not done for. I guess nobody cares. Oh, that's easy enough. What would be things? What are particularly iconic? Well, you couldn't, for example, have a Princess Zelda in any other game. That would not go great. I think it also depends on the company. Some companies will just sue you anyway. So for example, Bethesda might be a little bit on the sue happy side. I actually wouldn't be surprised, I actually straight up wouldn't be surprised if we didn't end up with a lawsuit over the Outer Worlds. Or the Outer World? I think it's Worlds. For, you know, that upcoming game. Because I could see Bethesda being like, no, this is our formula. You cannot steal it. And I don't, you know what? I think if Obsidian hadn't just been bought out by Microsoft, that would be more of an issue for them. But because they've got both 2K and Microsoft behind them, they're probably fine. It would be harder if it was an indie, like a truly indie developer that tried such things. But yeah, it's like, my problem is, and the whole thing about like how much can you copy? The real answer is just like how much are gamers willing to put up with the same product. So for example, Temtem, a lot of people are pretty excited for it, but a lot of other people are really skeptical because it's freaking the same game as Pokemon with like only a couple of you know, with only a couple of changes. Like the fact that all battles are co-op, which I actually think is a really lovely change, to be totally honest. Let's see. So you become above the law if you're big enough. Oh, absolutely. I mean, just look at Pray for the Gods. I didn't like the game, but I'm still going to be, I'm still going to say that Bethesda was a complete dick for more or less saying, you can't make a game of this, with this name. We've got a completely unrelated game that just has Prey in the title. But yeah, you're more likely to get backlash from players than copyright claims. Yep. And so, yeah, I can see this game maybe not bombing necessarily, but I can see this game getting smacked by mediocre reviews because it does nothing new. There are more Mojang and Scrolls. Yeah. I liked Scrolls. That was a fun game. It needed some more development, but why do they not blatantly copy off? Wait, why do they not blatantly copy often but improve? Well, I think part of the problem is blatant copies generally don't do well, just because, like, who cares? No one wants to play a blatant copy. You know, even this right now, the only reason why I'm really playing it is because I guess it's a bit of a novelty for me. And obviously, as a YouTuber, you know, it's kind of important for me to try these things, even if they're not necessarily...
Enemy spotted!
Let's see. There we go. Oh, I forgot to go with him.
Enemy down!
Oh, I lost my builder. But you have to build up the stone shrine. I didn't know that. Let's see, if you want to talk about blatant copies, what about OpenTTD? Oh, OpenTTD isn't a blatant copy. What they did is, they just took, you know, TTD, and then were like, well, you're not going to update this or ever make a sequel. We're just going to recreate your game from scratch and continue to support it. I actually have significantly less problems with games like OpenTTD because it doesn't cost money. You know, that is very much a loving fan product as opposed to a blatant ripoff. And a lot of it has to do with, like, money and effort and time. You know, for this game, for example, because they're not iterating on the design and it is just a flat copy for the most part, it doesn't feel very... It doesn't feel very novel. It's like, okay, you know, it's kind of cool that I'm not just locked to left and right, but for all intents and purposes, I might as well be. It doesn't actually help me that much. Let me guess, you guys have a buttload of money for me. Nope, they don't. Well, that's dumb. I was kind of hoping they would. But, you know, yeah, they probably enjoyed Kingdom immensely, but they're not like pushing the boundaries or improving on it. And I could absolutely see somebody coming along and being like, I like Kingdom a lot, but their core formula hasn't changed at all between 3 games. I'm going to make something similar that's, you know, a little bit better. And I could actually see that going perfectly well and actually working out really well. If done well. I'm saying well too much, but eh. There we go. What games have done that in the past? Where the core gameplay loop of a game was more or less like robbed and lifted and improved upon greatly. I mean, Outer Worlds is taking the standard Bethesda Fallout style and potentially improving it rather tremendously. Assuming it actually goes well. People are saying the reviews are good, which is a good sign for me. Let's get some more archers. I've got so many hobros just hanging out, doing nothing. We could use the extra oomph. You need more rows to defend. More options with the buildings. Destroy buildings, you should be allowed to replace them. Yeah, kinda. Actually, that's a great point. If I could actually, if I have an empty wall space, if I could actually put something there. There's also a lot of, like, lateral space that's just kind of wasted. Like, okay, I can build a farm, but, like, just like Kingdom, you can only build farms in certain spots and stuff. And I actually wish, everything just, like, this whole game was on a grid. Actually, that would make a massive difference.
Enemy spotted! Attack! Enemy down!
Huh. What happened with the math there? Something added an extra 0.3 for whatever reason. And I'm not sure why. But yeah,
Move out!
I think this game would actually be really successful if you actually... I can't do anything with this right now. Would be really successful if instead of having, you know, the locked points where you know, you can only build at this wall point, for example. If they actually put the whole thing on a grid and actually let you put stuff wherever you want, just on a limited map, that would be great. If you could actually add some extra, if you could actually add some extra traps, for example. You know, put down like a whirling blade trap. Make it a little bit more, like I said, Orcs Must Die style. You know, there's some real potential there for actually turning this into a bit of an action game. And let's see what else there. Wouldn't that be There Are Billions then? Kind of, yeah. Actually, There Are Billions is a decent example of kind of what to do and kind of what not to do. There Are Billions is a little bit too much about just like constantly grabbing land to build the same structures over and over and over again. And I feel like what you should be doing is actually trying to create a series of you know, layers of defense to protect one area, and not like just jamming more houses in just so you can afford more towers ish. Sounds like these guys are having a field day out here, but I don't know. Okay, can I upgrade this? We probably need to upgrade the farm. Or not the farm, the main base. So what do I need for this? It doesn't say. Oh, wait, no. Ah, task on Island 4. Never mind then. See, how many coins does it take to upgrade my base? 18, I think it was? Let's get 3 more. I'm probably going to work on getting my firepower up. Oh. Which is the thing that increased the power of my archers? Was it this? Yeah. Okay, never mind. We've got to upgrade our main base, because that actually drastically... It doubles the damage of all of my archers, which is kind of important. The way We Are Billions handled houses was a large part of why I could never get particularly interested in it. Yeah. One of the main reasons why, for example, for me, Dungeon Defenders, Orcs Must Die, and most tower defense games are so compelling is because there's actually very little fiddly management in it. You're building complicated defenses without a whole lot of, like, back-end work to make sure that they function. Like, Orcs Must Die would be a lot... Either could be really fun, but would probably be really boring if you had to constantly make sure that you were getting a steady stream of resources to keep them repaired. And making sure that you somehow had, like, ammo supply chains and stuff. Actually, the more I talk about this, the more I see that there's some serious potential there. That would be a lot of fun. But it would still be kind of tough? I don't know. Whereas, like... What's another game that requires a lot of, like, fiddly management? I was having problem with fiddly management in Prison Architect. Actually, I'd almost say, like, Prison Architect versus RimWorld. I've never enjoyed Prison Architect that much because it's too much fiddly back end. Whereas RimWorld, to some degree, it is a lot of fiddly back end. But it feels like it's more streamlined. Like, you spend less time trying to figure out, like, proper time schedules and so on and so forth. And, you know, much more building walls, trading, fending off, you know, enemy duders, so on and so forth. Let's see. Actually, that would probably be a good mod for Factorio. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, like, if you did a good, like, Factorio-style game that, that, you know, involved a lot of, like, defense and defense management and stuff, a Factorio Tower Defense Fusion would be actually a lot of fun. There's a game called Mindustry, or Mindustry, or whatever, that actually looks pretty close to that. And kind of was. It just needs a lot more development to get to that point. And I think I'd want a deeper version of Mindustry, just because the towers, for the most part, were just kind of... I'm not going to say, like, weird linear upgrades of each other, but... It wasn't, Do you have money? Yeah. Lots of money. But yeah, I don't know. My Mindustry was neat. I'll definitely play some more of that in a little while. Because I know a lot of people wanted more of it. I want some seriously deep tower defense games. And there aren't enough of them. Okay, so... Upgrading the town center one more time increases the damage by another point. Like, that's a huge difference, being able to upgrade your archers. I just wish the actual, like, archer upgrading was a little bit more of, like, a finely tuned thing. Like, for example, if you had to choose between raw damage, range, and attack speed, or even like a multi-shot or an AoE, and have the enemies arrayed out a little bit more, so you have to kind of choose between those, that would be rad. A Factorio with mods that up your turrets and make biters more dangerous. I could see it working, but I'd almost prefer it to be like its own game. Someday on stream I should play, oh, what was the game? Defense Grid. I should play the Defense Grid games. They had a nice balance of tower and upgrading systems. It wasn't like the most complicated or like that well made, but it was a really compelling tower defense all the same. I also have to say the wall defense in this game is not compelling in the slightest. There is something tense about, you know, sitting tight in your base behind your walls in Kingdom. In this, you're just watching some dudes kind of run awkwardly at your walls and like occasionally smack them. Let's see, have I ever played the Sanctum games? I have. They're great games. Someday, I'd like to play them. Maybe Moose and Joe would be up for it. Oh, Banker. Yeah, maybe Moose and Joe would be up for it. Maybe I can actually, like, extend that offer out to, like, some stumped people. Who knows? There's loads of people I could play with. As soon as I get my desk, I'm gonna start doing stuff with a vac again. I should have been doing stuff with a vac this entire you know, for most of 2018, but I'm a lazy sod and was busy with other things. And yeah, then I might try and, like, extend even further. Make more friends. Play more games with people. Some new games, too. Or it's one of those where maybe just Shell and I will play it and we'll just take, like, fans, or who knows. I think the current plan with a VAC is to play Torchlight II, which I think is a fine thing. March might end up being the yeah. Sorry, brain words. What's the deal with the banker? Does it say? Okay, banker's unique subject will store coins in the bank chest in the town center. When the monarch gives him coins, also produce a few extra as interest. Interest coins from the bank can be withdrawn at any time. Okay. So, coin withdrawal increments. 0 coins, but only when your coin pouch has reached maximum capacity. Let's give them 10 for now. Can I give them 10 more? What is my interest per day? A little bit. What I should probably have actually done was withdrawn those and upgraded the main base again. Let's see, do coins disappear if you haven't picked them up in time? I'm assuming as such, but it seems like your archers just automatically snag coins on their own. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, March might end up being the month of action RPGs. I'm about to finish up Torchlight 1 on YouTube, and I'm torn between starting Grim Dawn before Forgotten Gods. No, I should probably wait for Forgotten Gods. I might just hold off for a little bit. But Grim Dawn Forgotten Gods comes out sometime this month, which is the final DLC for Grim Dawn, meaning I should do a series on it. I think there's also a new league coming out for Path of Exile, and I'd really like to do a series on Path of Exile someday. So what about Vampire the Masquerade? Someday. I've also got to finish the Oh, that fire is that. I just hear burning and I'm like, shit, that took some damage. Okay. I'm gonna change that. What about the relatively new Titan Quest DLC? I played it for a little bit. I consider playing it again. But no, I don't know. There's too many things. The other game that I really want to sit down and cover is Dragon's Dogma. A lot of people have been talking about Dragon's Dogma, and I'm just like, oh, I want it. Yeah, new Path of Exile League is March 8th, so very soon. Oh shit, that's sooner than I thought. Well, I guess I'll get cracking on that when it comes out. I will admit, I think I will play the Path of Exile League solo. At least until I hit endgame. Because last time I tried playing with people, they more or less just kill everything for me. And I was like, well, it's kind of appreciated. But there's a difference between, like, you know, playing God Eater with fans, for example, which ends up being, like, a really satisfying experience because we're all working together and it's meant to be played with that many people. Whereas conversely, you know, Path of Exile, also meant to be played with people, but, like, people that maybe don't know what they're doing, or, like, played with people at the end game. Because, oh god, I didn't get to do anything. And that was kind of lackluster. It was still fun, but it was still just like, I don't know. Okay, do we have a builder out here? I don't see one. Did I only ever build one builder? Or did I lose my builder? I might have done one or the other. Hey, thank you, Oldemar Kid, for the 100 bits. Outward looks like a potential interesting RPG coming soon. Yeah, I think I vaguely heard of it. Okay, let's eat this. There we go. Dragon's Dogma is a really good game. Really slow start. A lot of back and forth through areas we've been through half a dozen times. DLC Island, some of the best content. Okay, oops. We want to pay this, which should upgrade the walls in here. Real quick. Before enemies come. Yeah, it's real quick. I gotta give this game credit, though. Despite the fact that it's you know, very, very derivative, it is also rather nice looking, actually. Okay, so outward. Just gonna double check it and add it to the list. Oh, did I miss a sub from Cat Design? Well, thank you so much. So I did. Yeah, thank you. And Doom. I hope not. Jesus Christ, what's with all the money? People are just walking by and just dumping cashola on me. Well, can't complain. Can I upgrade this again? 30. Dang. What's this do? Let's see. Oh! A tent for villagers. So that might actually just automatically draw people in. Well, it does not look like they're getting through the stone wall. I don't know if they got through the far wall. They might have. Let's get another builder while we're here. Or, sort of? Okay, is this wall... It's burning, but it didn't get wrecked. Now, does it have to get fixed before I can repair it? Yeah, it looks like it does. Damn. Let's see. So what do the creatures look like in this game? Just kind of regular bandit dudes, unfortunately. I was hoping it would be something a little bit more exciting, but... Nope. Like, it would be cool if there were some, like, really wild creatures along the way, but nope, just bandits. I don't know, just give me a freaking dragon. Maybe a dragon will show up later on. Okay, what was the game called again? It was... Outward. There we go. Alright, I forgot. You can also zoom in this game. We're also about to win. So, Outward. The Adventure Life Sim. Oh, is this game? I remember this game. If I remember right, it's also co-op. Oh shit, it's coming out this month? Yeah, it's 2-player co-op, and, like, you're not the main character. I will probably... Yeah, it's on my wish list already. There we go. Okay, can I upgrade the walls any further? I can. So what does this do? It just increases the wall's HP. By a considerable amount, but just increases the wall's HP. Okay, so March doesn't look as light as I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a bit funky, though. And there's a lot of new games that might not be the most amazing coming out. I'll probably just be playing just because I lost all my money. Did I? I mean, I spent my money, but I don't think I lost any. Anybody got cash money? Oh, this guy. I forget about him sometimes. I probably shouldn't.
Go, go!
Might as well get some more of these. Okay, coins disappear if you don't pick them up. Oh. Should have gotten 10 coins ago, but you didn't. Probably because I was looking at my phone. Well, so be it. I mean, we were straight up two rabbits away from winning. So, I think I'm on the wrong side of the action. Oh, I was gonna feed my horse. Well. Oh. Uh-oh. Are we actually getting attacked out here? No, it doesn't look like it. Damn it. I heard attack from this side. Yep, I missed all the action. Well, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, they just have to kill, like, a handful of bunnies. It's not exactly one of those situations where I'm too worried about, running out of cash, because, yeah, we're about to win. You don't fully understand the shape of the map. It's just a very long rectangle. How much did they still did a decent chunk. Good thing I upgraded. There we go. Victory!